wanted to send some words of encouragement. Y'all stay focused. Y'all keep working hard. Believe in yourself. Prove everybody that doubts y'all wrong. Show up every day. Stay pure. Keep your heart pure. Stay motivated. Stay inspired. Show love to your people.
Hey you! Welcome back to the show.
What up, though?
This is the Identical Opinion, episode 17.
17.
Y'all know me, I go by the name of Mr. Parks with my co-host.
Zia. What up?
We are in the building. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you guys for everything that y'all have been through with us.
Like
thus far, all of those, all of that good stuff.
So
we got some stuff in life going on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's why the episode's been a little bit delayed, but
we'll let you know.
Yeah, it's all good. We got some other stuff going on too that's gonna
it's all
rock y'all world.
So what we gonna talk about mostly, this subject like sort of come from like the rest in peace Nipsey, like that whole situation. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and start it up.
Yeah, so
trading bandanas.
Hey. So I just didn't feel right letting this time go past, you know what I mean, with the death of Nip, neighborhood Nip. If you didn't know him, I suggest everybody go and do your research. You know what I mean? I don't care what color you are, what race you are. I suggest you go and do your research on him. But we was gonna do another episode. Well, it's gonna be another challenge, and we're gonna do that for y'all next. But I just felt like this was necessary in this time, and I kind of had to wait a little bit because it was still too early in his death. You know what I mean? For me to speak on it, and even now, like a week later, my stomach is still in knots even thinking about it. It just sounds like it's not even true that it happened.
Yeah, cause like why Nip?
Yeah. And the reason I say that is, one, like I said, go do your research. But two, I felt like I lost a part of me when he died. And I've never met Nip in person, but I've been following him since day one in his music career. So I think he was like maybe
33.
He was 33 when he died. So he was like 16 or 17 or something when he first started. And I've been following him through all of that, you know what I mean? Like,
damn,
all of that time. I've been listening to him forever.
I think the first song I heard, I forgot the name of it, but he redid Criss Cross song. I think it was Jump.
Oh yeah.
Crazy motherfucker named Nip.
Yep.
I remember that.
So that's back when he first started.
Oh, okay then, yeah.
So
shit.
I mean, just you do the math and estimate that time, you know what I mean? And one of the main reasons that this one hit me a little different is because, like I was telling him, like I was alive for when Pac and Big died, but I wasn't old enough to realize what was going on. And this one hit me because I was old enough to feel this death, you know what I mean? Like, and the impact that he's had in the rap game and his community and everything like that was just, to me, as a young black man growing up in the hood, Nip was like a superhero.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he was like a role model. Even though he was in a gang, and when people see that, they be like, oh, that like he was in a gang, blah blah blah. But you can't help where you come from. You know what I mean? So he didn't join a gang, and he said this himself. He didn't join a gang because he wanted to. He joined a gang because he had to. Being in the neighborhood that he was in, he needed protection for his family, you know what I mean? He needed to be able to walk down the street with no problems. He needed to, you know what I mean, like be able to provide for his family and things like that. And that's what got him to where he was. You gotta go through certain things sometimes in life that you don't wanna go through to get to where you need to be at. Yeah. It's just the point of that. I mean, that's just a fact, you know what I mean?
And I'm not gonna front like I'm the hugest Nipsey fan, cause you know, I listen to all kind of music. Like I might pull like 3 or 4 songs from this person or whatever. I don't know. A lot of people around me know my favorite rapper is Kevin Gates, but
I mean that's we could do a podcast on him too.
I hate when people when people just be like, oh, you jumping on the bandwagon now that he died, but that's not always the case, because sometimes you just when you hear about a person dying, you just probably get a little bit of interest in it, and you just be like, well, let me see what this person was doing and whatever. Let me listen to his music. And with Nip, you will find a whole bunch of stuff that he was doing. Like he was out on that's they call him Neighborhood Nip because he was like in that section, you know, all the time. Because him and his brother, I think his name Black Sam was his brother. Black Sam. Mm-hmm. They was like selling like a little table, like they was selling the t-shirts, and it was called Slauson Tees.
This is before he got started, by the way.
And he didn't really want to get into rap. You know, he was like, you know, I was like, yo, shit, I'm doing all right now. So, you know, I'm really not looking into that. But he got a studio and all that, still got rated. So he felt like some type of way, like, man, I could have been doing the shit I've been doing or whatever.
Yep.
But if you looking at Nip, you know, you'll find a whole bunch of deeper stuff than Crib and all of that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
He, so that story he was telling, like his brother ended up going to jail, then they raided his house.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And he had stopped. He was trying to get out of selling drugs and stuff like that. So he stopped. He stopped all of that. That's when he started getting serious about music. So he went and he took all of his money that he saved up and bought mad DJ equipment and all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And recording stuff. That's when he started recording his stuff. The cops still broke into his house. And when they took him, I mean, they still raided his house. And when they raided his house, they took all of his stuff.
All of it.
Everything that he worked for, they took all of it. You know what I mean? So he went to jail too. He ended up sitting down for a little while too. But after he came out is when he continued to push forward. Yeah. That's why he got a song on there called, what we was listening to in the little clip before it started is Grinding All My Life. Like that's a true story. You know what I mean? He literally was grinding all his life. He literally was in the hood. Like he's not lying. He stayed in that hood. That whole plaza where he died at, you know what I mean, was his strip. Not only that, but he created I think it's called Vector 70 in downtown LA for kids. It's like a STEM program.
See, I ain't even heard of that.
You know what I mean? Like it was a STEM program. He's in another one of his songs. He said right before he passed, he said that he just closed in on two apartment buildings in escrow. So he was about to redo them.
He did say that on the song. I heard that.
He was about to redo those, and he was gonna put people in those to live in. You know what I mean? Like he always gave back to the neighborhood. A few days before he passed away, he was meeting with the police chief and the mayor of LA because they were about to do a gang summit.
And a lot of people look at that like I seen a few people before he died like, oh yeah, that's some sucker shit or whatever, fucking with the police. But he was really doing it for the kids.
Yeah, it was for the kids.
He wasn't worried about like, you know, y'all adults, because some adults ain't never gonna learn.
Oh, never gonna change.
Keep doing what they doing. But we got kids, you know, that can do better in life. But you know what this brings me to start thinking is like, yo, you can't do shit without somebody being like mad about it.
Okay, so I didn't want to go there.
Oh, okay. I was sorry.
I didn't want to get into that just yet. I just wanted to talk about him, like, and give him the respect that he deserved, because the point of this podcast was not even really, I mean, it was to pay respect to him as a fan, and thank him and his family and everything, and send our prayers and condolences out to the family. But the bigger issue is the black community. It's the black on black crime and all of that stuff. So we're going to get into that in a minute. We're going to hold that down. But this is just to me, it's just a sad time. He was a motivational speaker. He was a leader in the community. He gave back to his community. Somebody lost a soon-to-be husband, a father, brother, a son, you know, some best friends. You know what I mean? Even his bodyguard
he
retired.
He retired from like doing bodyguard work. Like he can't do it anymore. Yeah.
Because
that's crazy.
Supposedly what happened is, one of his friends was getting out of jail from doing like 20 years.
I heard a few things.
So he went back to the store and he was getting him fresh, you know what I mean? So he can go meet his family and stuff again.
Yo, I heard different things, but it was all sort of the same situation. He was getting clothes for him, or he was meeting them over there. And then all in my head, me being like, motherfuckers just be thinking. I was like, yo, this nigga set him up.
It sounds weird. It really sounds weird.
Like all of a sudden you trying to help your homeboy out that just got out of jail.
I don't even want to get into the conspiracy.
But yeah, I'm not trying to be against, thinking like that or whatever, but it just sounded like...
It sounded really weird. And Nip just got up. Like, he was at the crib with his family and stuff. He just got up and he's like, I'll be right back. Like, he didn't tell nobody that he was leaving or nothing. You know what I mean? Like, he's just like, I'm going to go do this and I'm going to come back.
And you know how I be thinking. Right? I'm like, yo, can y'all send this nigga some clothes or something? Like,
right.
Send me your address, bro.
Word. I'll be like,
somebody else do that.
I'll be like, yo, I'll meet you like when the store closed.
Hey, actually, just go in there. I'm going to call my brother. And,
just go for what you want. You know what I mean?
We good. You don't owe me nothing, G.
But that's what type of person he was, though.
Yeah, he stopped
everything he would do for his peoples. And I mean, right now, I woke up this morning and I was looking at something on Twitter, and they got like the Nation of Islam. Like,
I saw that. I saw that.
It's like a whole revolution going on over there. So
that was nuts.
For the first time, I can understand when they say the revolution will not be televised, because if you looking on CNN and all of the local news stations, this news ain't being. I gotta see this from Twitter and stuff.
Not much
on the news.
I know some of the news though. Some of the news, it's probably in LA and whatever. They talking about it. A lot of murals going up, all kind of stuff. It was just like they don't really. I don't know. I hate to say it, but a lot of people don't love you till you gone, or they don't show the appreciation for you till you gone. It's just deeper than rap and shit, bro.
Here's the thing, man. If you wasn't a fan, as a fan, we welcome you into it because he owned all of his masters. People can see that. Now people can see that why owning your masters is so important. You know what I mean? You don't have to slave to a record company or nothing like that. Because what happens now is, if you don't know nothing about owning your masters, every time his music gets streamed and all of that stuff, it goes straight to the family. Yeah, so like they're not missing nothing.
Yeah, check out the Victory Lap, some of his old
stuff. The Victory Lap, Crenshaw.
What I like about Nip though is like he would slap the shit out of you, but he would still be like about it. He investing and buying buildings and all kind of that stuff, doing stuff for the community. When I saw him slap the shit out of that dude, I said, God damn. And they was like, yo, his hand is long as shit.
Wait, so he slapped somebody, because the dude walked up to him and he slapped something out of his bodyguard's hand. So Nip slapped the other dude. So he slapped somebody that he paid somebody to slap.
Like, it was crazy. Like, you know how people come in with a bent arm and slap you? His shit was just straight, so it just caught his face. It was mad stiff. I was like, oh shit.
It was so stiff too, but
we gonna have to fight, bro.
Yo, it was crazy, man. I don't remember him being in any like rap beefs or any huge rap.
Not because he stayed out of that shit.
He just didn't mess with people. Like anything you can go find on him right now, I guarantee you is gonna change your life or motivate you in some type of way. Yeah. He was that type of person. He was just a stand-up dude, B. And the crazy thing about it to me, like, and we gonna get into the other stuff. The crazy thing about it to me is I honestly believe that sometimes God sent angels down to this earth, right? And the reason I say that is Nip died at 33, the same age as Jesus. Now, I'm not comparing him, but he died at 33, right? Jesus died at 33. He died on his property, on his legacy, everything that he worked for and built on a Sunday afternoon. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, nobody can go back and find too much negative stuff that he's done. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, some of the hope for black people is like people like him. Yeah. So then it's kind of losing, like, you kind of lose hope when you like, if this happened to Nip, this can happen to anybody.
No, yo, it definitely can. Because I people would say little shit to you. Pay attention. This go back to our video, one of our videos where we was talking about be aware. Like, you gotta pay attention to people because they say some hating ass shit around you, and you won't think nothing of it. But you gotta think deeper about what they done said, because people done said some hating ass shit to me. I be like, what?
It make you think.
Yeah,
it definitely makes you think.
Be aware. It's just crazy, man. He was doing some good shit, and just he didn't have no fear about going back. He had I think one of his dudes was talking about like he had all his chains on. He never thought twice about it. It's my neighborhood or whatever.
He was comfortable where he was at, because a lot of people would be like, well, he shouldn't have been there, or he should have been with people, blah blah blah. And here's the thing, what I'm saying, Like, I understand how he felt as far as being in his hood, but when I make it, I'm not going back to the hood. I definitely will give back. For a fact, I'll give back from a distance, but I'm not going back. You don't see Jay-Z in Bed-Stuy.
He can't.
You just can't. I know Jay-Z is a way bigger star than Nip is, but at the same time, like, you don't see certain people going back to where they grew up from. You can't, because of it's gonna be somebody in that neighborhood that's gonna be mad that they ain't where you at.
Like old boy off of Belly, like, I hate that shit.
They gonna try to take you out, B. 100% of the time.
I just don't understand. I was telling him, I'm like, I don't understand, like, he has the same 24 hours I have, and I have the same 24 hours he has. You can do whatever you want to. You can do the same person as a rich person. You can do the same thing as Nip, Jay-Z, whatever. It takes time. It takes consistency and all kind of stuff like that. So why be mad when you can go do your own thing? It's just wild. I'm not going back.
It's just that type of hate though, like, and a lot of people don't understand, like, and I'm not that person that's like, oh, black power this, white power, like, I'm not that type of person. I just like right is right and wrong is wrong. Don't get me wrong, I love white people. I love white people. I do. I have white friends and everything. I love white people.
I love white people.
But here's the thing, y'all don't really understand our struggle. And this is what I really wanted to get into. Y'all don't understand the struggle. So not only does America portray that the police that's supposed to serve and protect us hate us, the government want us gone. You know what I mean? We have other issues inside our own communities that we have to deal with. If we make it and we don't put every single person on in the hood, they want to take us out. You know what I mean? We already don't come from nothing.
They come to you like, yo, my mom need this.
And most of the time, it's the people that's closest to you. You know what I mean? Like, it's your friends that you grew up with every day.
And you think you think like, oh, it's gonna be cool, but you do one thing. It's just like on some 300 shit when he didn't let old boy into the little army. He was shitty about
he wouldn't told.
Yeah, like,
and that's another thing too. The dude that allegedly killed Nip, you know what I mean? He was close to him. They was in the same gang. This wasn't no rival gang type stuff.
And I still think it was some bullshit. Like, why you go? He shot him 7 times, right? Or was it 6? 5 in the body and 1 in the head or some shit like that? I don't know the motives. I want to know I need to know the motive. It's some bullshit. Like, I want to hear you be like, yeah, I was jealous.
And then he went and kicked him afterwards, right? After he kicked him? He kicked him too. And then he ran off, right? Man. So here's the thing. This is why I said I didn't really want to get into the conspiracy, because I didn't think it was true about the government, because they were saying all about the Dr. CD thing, and we didn't even really get into that, but the documentary coming out and all of that, right? So I was like, nah, I just think it was a hating ass nigga. But here's my problem. The dude that's defending him in jail right now
OJ.
It's a prosecutor from the OJ joint.
Not only that, he's in private custody.
So it's like, now I know they know that he feared for his life, but I'm like, how does Eric Holder have this money to get this prosecutor from the OJ thing?
That's what I was wondering. Like,
I'm like, now that brings up conspiracy. And if he gets off, that's gonna
that's gonna fuck me up. That's gonna really fuck me up. That's gonna
be something.
That's gonna fuck me up. But that was and he was doing that documentary on what's his name?
Dr. CD.
CD. I'm sorry, I don't know his exact name. But he was working on. He wasn't working on. I think he had the cure for AIDS. And he went to trial about something. I haven't really looked into it yet. Yeah, he beat the trial.
He beat 2 trials. Because
the same day, right?
Yeah, he beat 2 trials in one day. And this dude had the cure for AIDS, HIV, herpes. And this was back from like 1986 or something. He had cured like 40 people. Does anybody know about that?
Nah.
Nobody ever. And so Nip was about to bring light to that. That's where the conspiracy thing is coming from, because the government didn't want that information.
It's all about money, man.
And the other thing I wanted to talk about too was supposedly after the dude had killed Nip, he went and checked himself into a mental hospital.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you having thoughts of killing somebody, why wouldn't you check yourself into the mental hospital before you decide to go commit that act?
Yeah.
Like, why does everybody want to like use the mental issue as that's my reason for killing?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And then, like, I saw a video of him in court, and I was just like, I just looked at it. I didn't even say shit. I was just like,
coward, man. He's just a coward. I think the moral of the story is, we gotta stop being so tough, man. Like, we gotta stop being so tough and love our own people.
Yeah, and if he had not only that, like, so here's a life lesson. If you got a problem with somebody, try to talk to the person first. So I do a few things when I have a conflict with somebody, and this is for anybody young growing up. I either talk to them, I don't mess with them, and I never really try to go straight to violence. You know what I'm saying? Like, try to talk to them like, yo, I had this little issue, and you ain't gotta come up like, you know, what reminded me of it is like, you don't gotta be so tough. Like, you don't gotta come up to somebody, yeah, what up, nigga?
Yeah.
Who ass nigga? What's poppin', cuz? Like, you know how that motherfucker, that's how they be talking. Like, that's how they trying to figure out their situation.
That's how
like, Trent, nigga.
Yeah, that's
what you saying yesterday, cuz?
Yeah. That's
you gotta do that. Like,
everybody always want to be so tough, B. And like, again, in some of our episodes, we've already talked about it. Growing up black, you're not allowed to show your emotions. You know what I mean? So you do what you feel is best, especially being in a gang. The first instinct is what? To kill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you being disrespectful, fight, whatever. Yeah, violence is the first thing. It's not to tell somebody how you really feel.
Yeah,
and that's what we need to get to. I mean, the older I get, I'm not trying to fight nobody at 30.
Nah,
you know
I mean, I will fight you, but you know, that's not my first thought. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I don't even be trying to talk to motherfuckers no more. I just like, not gonna talk to them. Ever.
I just don't think that we tell our friends. We don't have those conversations that we should have with some of our friends, because you're gonna be known as weak. Like, if I walked in a room full of my niggas and I'm like, yo, I gotta tell y'all how I'm feeling, yo.
Yeah,
like,
this nigga, man.
That is exactly what's gonna happen.
Crying and shit. Look at this nigga, man.
So you know what that reaction is gonna do? Like,
fuck it.
Yeah, like, now I'm about to go. I'm about to sun some of these niggas. Like, they're not about to make me look stupid.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
Things instead of being tough all the time.
And surround yourself around great people, man.
Yeah.
But just be cautious too.
Yeah.
You gotta also know who's in your circle.
And where.
Because most of the time, it's gonna be the person that's closest to you, bro.
It just don't make sense.
It don't make no sense at all.
Me, like, and here the thing is, bro, and I'm this probably, you know, but if you have your own shit going on in your life, right? Whether you have a problem that you're trying to fix, or is your life is just going good. You just have a good life. You know, you don't focus on what other people doing. You don't have time to be mad at other people. People might piss you off and be like, man, fuck this motherfucker. Then you be like, alright, fuck it, it ain't even worth it. I'm just so happy, or I gotta deal with my shit, then I ain't worried about it. You know, just be happy.
Yeah, man, on that note, we gonna end it. This is episode 17. We want to say rest in peace to Nip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just tell y'all to love life and just see empathy in everybody, man. Man, like, give your neighbor a hug. Man, give me a hug. I love you, Zia.
That's my bro, right?
Yeah, word. Yo, start telling your family members and stuff you love them more. You know what I mean?
I'm Uzia.
Mr. Parks in the building.
This is Identical Opinion, and
We out.
Peace.